Today, I want to talk to you about a feeling that nearly every person on this earth will experience at some point in their life. It's that raw, hollow feeling you get when nobody else sees what you see, when nobody believes in you. Maybe it's your family, maybe your friends, maybe it's even your closest allies, but for some reason, they can't see your potential. They look at your dreams with skeptical eyes, sometimes laughing at the impossibility of it all. And that is the moment, right there, that tests who you are more than any other. That moment, my friend, can be either your greatest setback or the moment that defines your destiny. You choose. When nobody believes in you, it feels like the world is stacked against you. It feels like you're climbing a mountain, barefoot, carrying the weight of everyone's doubt on your back. It's like walking alone in a desert, knowing that nobody is coming to rescue you. It's harsh, it's painful, and it's incredibly lonely. But let me tell you something powerful. The fact that nobody believes in you doesn't define your worth. In fact, sometimes it's the very reason you rise higher. Because when nobody believes in you, it forces you to believe in yourself. It pushes you to find that inner fire, that spark, that unstoppable force that lives within you. And trust me, it's there. It's buried beneath the doubts and the fears, but it's there, waiting for you to wake it up. Imagine all the greats throughout history, people who changed the world, who created, innovated, and broke boundaries. Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, Amelia Earhart. These people didn't have the unanimous support of everyone around them. In fact, many people told them to give up, to be realistic, to play it safe. But they didn't let that stop them. They didn't let other people's lack of belief dim their vision. And you shouldn't either. When nobody believes in you, you have to learn to be your own biggest supporter. Think about it. How many times do you tell yourself, I can do this? How often do you look in the mirror and say, no matter what anyone thinks, I am capable of achieving this? Because that's where it starts. Belief begins with you. Not your friends, not your family, not even the world. It's you. You are the source of your power, and the day you realize that is the day you become unstoppable. When nobody believes in you, it's an invitation to dig deeper, to ask yourself, why am I doing this? When you have a strong enough reason, nobody's doubt will faze you. When you're clear on your purpose, even the strongest winds of doubt won't sway you. You become anchored in your mission, grounded by a sense of purpose that nobody else can touch. Don't let the lack of support deter you. Use it. Let it fuel you. Let it be the reason you wake up an hour earlier, work a little harder, and dream a little bigger. Let the doubts become a driving force, not a stumbling block. Let the lack of belief be the fire that propels you forward. When nobody believes in you, that's when you get to prove them wrong. And proving people wrong isn't about ego. It's about showing them the power of persistence, the strength of resilience, the beauty of self-belief. It's about showing them that you don't need external validation to move forward. You don't need applause, a standing ovation, or a chorus of cheers. What you need is a relentless drive, an unbreakable will, and a heart that refuses to settle for less than your dreams. When nobody believes in you, that's when you get to write your own story, your own success, your own legacy. Because in the end, what's more powerful than an individual who has learned to stand alone, to rise on their own, and to succeed despite the odds? When nobody believes in you, remember that it doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean your dream is invalid. It doesn't mean you don't have what it takes. It just means they haven't seen what you see, and that's okay. You're not living for their approval. You're living for your purpose. You are on your own path, and only you can truly understand the fire burning inside you. Think of a seed planted deep in the soil. It grows in darkness, unseen, unknown, until one day it breaks through the ground and everyone notices. That's you. You're in that stage of unseen growth, and just because nobody can see your roots taking hold doesn't mean you're not becoming something remarkable. Like that seed, your journey to greatness begins in the unseen, uncelebrated parts. When nobody believes in you, it teaches you resilience. It gives you the strength to withstand storms that others can't. Because once you've learned to stand alone, once you've faced down the voices that say you can't, you become unbreakable. You learn to walk in the strength of your conviction, the certainty that what you're doing is right for you, no matter what anyone else thinks. It's easy to believe in yourself when everyone else does. It's easy to keep going when you have cheerleaders and fans at every turn. But it's when you're alone, when there's silence, that you find out what you're really made of. It's when nobody believes in you that your true strength reveals itself. And once you've tapped into that strength, it will carry you through anything. When nobody believes in you, don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to take the road less traveled. People may question it, they may criticize, they may try to pull you back to what they know. But that's only because they're afraid of the unknown. You have the courage to step into that unknown, to forge a path that has never been walked before. And that is something special. That is something powerful. Instead of resenting those who doubt you, feel compassion. Recognize that their disbelief comes from their own limitations, their own fears, their own inability to imagine something greater. But you are free. You have the vision, the courage, the willingness to risk failure in pursuit of something extraordinary. You are not bound by the same limits, and that's why you can go further than they ever dreamed possible. When nobody believes in you, take it as an opportunity to strengthen your own belief. Write down your goals, your dreams, your reasons for why you're doing this. Put it somewhere you can see it every day. Let it remind you why you're pushing forward, why you're willing to face the loneliness of this journey. Those reminders are the fuel that will keep you going, even on the darkest days. You don't have to convince anyone. You don't have to prove anything to anyone but yourself. Success is not about showing others what you can do. It's about showing yourself that you are capable of doing what you set out to achieve. When you focus on proving it to yourself, you become unstoppable. You become free from the need for validation, for approval, for anyone else's belief. Use their doubt as your power. Let their disbelief be the thing that drives you to work a little harder, to dig a little deeper, to give a little more. Let it be the reason you become so good, so skilled, so accomplished that nobody can deny you anymore. Let it be the reason you create something extraordinary, something that speaks for itself. And remember, the most successful people in this world didn't start with everyone's support. They started alone, with their own dream, with their own passion, with a vision only they could see. They didn't need others to believe in them because they had a belief so strong that nothing could shake it. And you have that too. You have everything you need within you. When nobody believes in you, know that it is not the end of your story, it's the beginning. It's the chapter where you discover just how strong you are, just how brave you can be, and just how far you're willing to go. This is the part of your story where you forge a resilience that will carry you through anything life throws your way. The world may not believe in you now, but it will one day. When you achieve what you set out to do, when you accomplish the impossible, those who doubted will see what they missed. And by then, you won't need their recognition. You'll have already proven it to yourself, and that is the most rewarding feeling in the world. So keep going, keep fighting, keep believing in yourself, no matter how many people tell you to give up. The world is full of people who stopped halfway, who let others' opinions derail their dreams. Don't be one of them. Be one of the few who kept going, who turned doubt into determination, who made it to the end of the road despite every obstacle in the way. Every time you feel like giving up, remember why you started. Remember the vision that only you can see. And know that, one day, you'll look back on these moments, on the solitude, on the struggle, on the nights spent working alone, and you'll be grateful for every second of it. Because those moments made you who you are. They made you strong. They made you relentless. They made you unstoppable. When nobody believes in you, let it be the reason you soar even higher. Let it be the reason you push even harder. Because one day, when you're standing on top of your mountain, you'll know that you did it not because of anyone else, but because of the unshakable belief you had in yourself. And that, my friend, is true success. When nobody believes in you, it's time to rely on the one person who truly matters in this journey. You. You are the architect of your destiny, the author of your story, and the voice that can silence the noise around you. When people tell you it's impossible, it's not a reflection of your capabilities. It's a projection of their own limits. And you are not limited by their fears. There's a certain magic that happens when you're driven by nothing but your own belief. You get to create freely, without the pressure of meeting anyone else's expectations. Every step you take is guided by your own vision, not by the need to prove anyone wrong, but by the desire to prove yourself right. And that's the most powerful motivation there is. When nobody believes in you, every victory, big or small, becomes even more meaningful. Each accomplishment is a reminder that you are capable, that you are resilient, that you are exactly who you need to be. These moments, these personal triumphs, are the building blocks of self-belief that no one can ever take away from you. They become the foundation of your strength. Think of the journey as a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. Every doubt, every setback, every moment of solitude is a strike of the chisel, shaping you into the person you are meant to become. This process isn't easy. It requires grit, patience, and relentless dedication. But with every strike, you're becoming something extraordinary. When nobody believes in you, that's your chance to rise above the noise and listen to your own voice. Quiet the doubts and focus on the power within. Trust that you have everything you need to succeed. You have the vision, the talent, and the courage. And with that, you are more than enough. You are not here to fit into anyone else's mold. You are here to create your own path, to build something uniquely yours, to bring to life a vision that only you can see. And sometimes, that means you'll walk alone. But know this, the solitude is temporary, while the success you build is permanent. When nobody believes in you, it's a test of your commitment. How deeply do you want this dream? How much are you willing to sacrifice? How hard are you willing to work? The moment you decide to keep going, even in the face of doubt, you've already won half the battle. Because most people quit when things get tough, but you're made of stronger stuff. The journey may feel endless. It may feel like you're giving everything without seeing any reward. But remember that the universe rewards persistence. Success isn't always about talent or luck. It's about resilience, about showing up day after day, even when the odds are against you. That's what separates the dreamers from the achievers. When nobody believes in you, you learn to find strength in your solitude. You learn to find comfort in your own company, to rely on yourself for encouragement and motivation. And that is one of the most powerful skills you can ever develop. Because, at the end of the day, self-reliance is what will carry you through the toughest times. You're writing a story that nobody else can write. Your journey, with all its ups and downs, is unique to you. And one day, it will be an inspiration to others. You'll be the one they look to when they feel alone, when they feel like nobody believes in them. You'll be the proof that it's possible to rise above, to succeed against the odds. So let their disbelief be the fuel that drives you. Let it be the fire that pushes you to reach heights you never thought possible. Show them, not with words but with actions, with the quiet persistence that says, I don't need you to believe in me, because I believe in myself. When nobody believes in you, remember that even the longest nights give way to dawn. Every storm eventually passes. And one day, you'll look back and realize that those moments of doubt, of loneliness, of struggle, were the very things that made you who you are. They were the training ground for your strength, the foundation of your resilience. Keep going, even if it's just one small step at a time. Progress doesn't have to be grand or dramatic. Sometimes, it's the small, steady steps that lead to the biggest victories. One day, all those steps will add up, and you'll find yourself standing in a place you once dreamed of. And you'll know that you got there on your own terms, through your own unwavering belief. When nobody believes in you, don't shrink back. Don't play small to make others comfortable. Stand tall in your purpose. Believe boldly, live passionately, and chase your dreams with everything you have. Because you owe it to yourself to see what's possible. You owe it to yourself to reach your fullest potential. And in those moments when you feel weak, remember that every champion was once an underdog. Every success story was once just a dream. You are capable of extraordinary things, and all it takes is that one spark of self-belief. Let that spark ignite a fire that cannot be extinguished, no matter who doubts, no matter who walks away. Remember this, belief is like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it becomes. And every time someone doubts you, it's an opportunity to flex that muscle, to stand tall, to push forward, and to keep going, even if you're the only one who believes in your path. When nobody believes in you, remind yourself that some of the world's most beautiful journeys are traveled alone. Embrace it. Embrace the solitude, the quiet, the stillness, and let it sharpen your vision. So stand tall. Keep going. Believe in yourself fiercely, unapologetically, and without hesitation. Let them watch. Let them doubt. And when you finally reach the peak of that mountain, the only voice that will truly matter is your own.